And we should be live with people talking and sound and everything.
Yay!
Hello. Hey. Welcome to Star Wars. Welcome to I Almost Overslept. Hey. So, I'm Simon. I'm at Wandering DM. What noise? Alex.
Your voice, it's good.
Oh, okay, cool.
You can hear all the fans.
Oh, really?
No! Can't continue.
I'm Simon, I'm at Wandering DM. I'll be DMing our probably penultimate episode for this season.
Don't say things like that.
Things are coming along. Huh? Of this season. I'm already working and I have like a bunch of surprises for next season.
Oh dear.
But like
I hate
the first sort of story arc is about to end, and then the next one's about to begin. So I'm super happy. And also, as far as hey Steven, as far as announcements go, we are now a weekly game. Yay! So that yay was horrible, but yay! We'll be weekly every Tuesdays, except like 1 or 2 from time to time when work prevents me from streaming. But it is still kind of rare on Tuesdays, so we're good with that. We'll be playing a lot more often than we used to. That being said, let's just go around the table, introduce ourselves, who you guys are, who you're going to be playing tonight, and then we'll delve right into where we left off last game. So let's start with the person right under me here, Mr. Josh.
Hey, yeah, I am Provistarter. I play Yoshkita, the Questioning Jedi.
Alright. Emily?
Hello, I am Emily. I play Captain Zeta Novia, and I am ready for lots of horrible things, and Zeta's hard to be crushed.
Simon would never do that.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry. The other person whose character's heart has been crushed many times, Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I am playing Queen Fiona Aristides of Naboo. I'm very excited for somebody else's heart to be crushed tonight.
Oh, why would you say that?
Because I've done my time.
And last but not least, Wholesome Warrior.
Mercenary. There's a big difference. I know when to quit and run away. Hi, I'm Alex, and I will be playing the mercenary for this game. I don't know what's on the line for me, but I will have my heart crushed too. Hopefully not. Hopefully not literally. I would prefer that.
Don't run into any more steel doors.
I'm gonna shoot them. I have a rocket launcher this time. Ain't no steel door
We'll see
surviving
about that.
A rocket launcher that you're not proficient in.
Shut up.
We have
Yep.
rockets left.
Nah,
Huh?
I left that one on the ship.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
wanna
I
have my
don't think
boosting.
you went to like a stadium with a rocket launcher.
You don't know.
But what if he did?
He stuck it in one of his this random pockets, okay? He can do what he wants.
He
Sure.
hid it in his pants.
Sure.
There
So-
we
Put
go.
a rocket launcher in your pants and you just happy to see. I'm sorry.
I am
Ah.
explosively happy to see you. Please run away right now.
Oh God. Okay, let's play the game. This is too much.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my things to load.
Oh
is
right.
great.
We have a text crawl.
Well, yeah, the text crawl, but like,
You tell
why?
me what other emote that you want me to make for you? You've only given me
No,
one.
I know. I've been a bad person. Been a bad person. That's all I can say.
I'm gonna start on the face palm this weekend.
Thank you.
Oh, there's a table flip. Is that yours or?
So, without further ado.
In these.
This is exactly when I unmuted you.
Aha!
So it's awesome.
Making myself an idiot since 1986.
So, picking off where we left off. Picking up where we left off.
So we're gonna be sneaking around,
Yeah.
following the warriors.
Yana, if I remember right, you joined the group
We did.
at the Coliseum.
We did.
Did you?
She did.
Oh, okay.
We stopped and waited for her.
Yep.
It wouldn't take her that long to get to us.
10
Yeah.
minutes.
Okay.
So we'll just move forward in time 10 minutes. And you are all facing the door that the gladiators left from or by after the combat. Those that were beaten were being carried away, while Fyra, Zeta's sister, was walking on her own 2 feet. There's a pad next to the door upon which a combination needs to be entered to be able to open the door. Which, in your case, since you guys don't know the combination, would probably require a use computer check.
That's why she joined us.
Yeah, that's what it was. All right.
So, how big of a door are we talking here?
A door that doesn't exist anymore, because as soon as Fiona arrives, she just puts in like 1, 2, 3, 4, and the door opens. It's just like there's not even a modicum of effort. She just goes to the pad and tries the first combination that comes to mind, and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and it opens.
The door recognizes
Your authority.
my authority.
I
Yup.
look at Fiona and say, I could have taken that. It was not solid.
Sure. I just
alright.
opened it though, so
I know,
you
right?
don't need to.
Okay, well, I'll step inside the door and look around. Anything
Alright.
special?
I'll do that as well.
Beyond the door is this long, dark corridor. There were probably torches, actual medieval torches, that lit up the tunnel all the way to whatever is at the end of it. But everything's been turned off, extinguished, leaving the 4 of you in just complete darkness, aside from what remaining sunlight is outside shining through the first few feet inside the tunnel.
Do we see the end of the tunnel? Like maybe like there's a light source at the very end?
Um,
I
no,
see
actually,
everything. I sense everything.
you sense everything. Yeah.
Downhill from here.
Well, then.
Everything. Well, if Lauren rolls like yesterday, this game is going to be the
You
session
only
today.
saw that one roll. There were some not so good rolls in there too.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no. So it's from what you sense, Yorsh,
Mhm.
the tunnel goes straight for a while, and then you can feel like the way the wind moves around that it seems to slope down, but it keeps going straight.
Do I
And
sense
then your
anyone?
senses, your echolocation just gets to a point where there's you don't sense anything at that point.
Okay. So I do not sense anyone like through the stone or anything like that. How past the stone? Because it's like it goes through that, right?
It goes for a while, and it'll probably turn at some point or encounter a door or something, but you haven't sensed anything. Not
Alright.
at this distance anyway.
I'll crack open a glow rod and take out the mace and step forward.
Yeah, I put my hand on you and say, I don't sense anyone nearby, but keep quiet.
What?
I didn't even get past there.
Lead the way, humble soldier.
I'm already 3 steps ahead.
I'm gonna like sneak ahead if I can, like just maybe like
You can
5, 10
certainly roll for stealth. Absolutely.
yeah. I think I have like a bonus to sneak in, right? Because I'm a Togruta. You may I can re-roll my stealth
Uh-huh.
for a short rest. So
As you're from a culture of hunters.
yeah.
Do anybody else try to stealth, or is everybody just following at a certain...
Distance. Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I could try to stealth, but I doubt it's gonna be efficient.
22.
Are my spidey senses tingling?
Not at the moment, no. There is a certain ominousness to the tunnel, though.
Okay.
But it's not enough to get that feeling of, ooh, something bad's about to happen.
Also, kind of hard for me to stealth with a glow rod in my hands.
That's what I
Yeah.
did,
Yeah, you'd have to, like, hide it in your pockets.
yeah. That's why I went
Or,
ahead.
like, shove it in your mouth and then just have, like, glowy cheeks.
That would be kind of adorable, though.
Do not give me ideas, because you know I'll do stupid like that.
Dak, the adorable future chipmunk. So, you sneak forward. For a good maybe like 20 some odd yards before the rest of the group starts to pick up after you and follow you. After a minute or so of walking in the dark, you've gotten to where the tunnel was sloping downward. The slope goes on for, I don't know, about 5 yards. It's not a very abrupt slope either. You don't need to brace yourself or anything, but it is just enough that if you were to run without any lighting or anything, you might easily like trip and fall. If you didn't know that it just went down. At the end of the slope, to your left, is another metal door. Otherwise, the tunnel keeps going into the dark.
What do I send? Don't you roll another perception, or can I keep the same one? Or just roll another one?
Well, from where you are, I can tell you right now that farther along, like even farther than your echolocation can go, you see the flickering light of what appears to be probably I'll say like in our world, I'd say like a flashing neon sign or something. There's probably a word for it in the Star Wars lingo. Like, I don't know, some sort of like neo light thing. Whatever. It's flickering, but it's far enough that it looks small, you saw it because in the complete darkness of the tunnel, like this thing stands out like a flare. And the only other light source is this faint light coming from the keys on the data pad to your left.
Is that flickering light remind me of what I did my sense with, and I could sense the cube?
Oh, no, it's probably just a malfunctioning light.
Ah, I see.
It's not like force connected or anything. It probably just is like, I don't know, there might be another room or something there where the, you know, probably ritualistic look of the torches or whatever, the reason why they put torches there instead of actual lighting, like they stopped all pretense of like, I don't know, like
Yeah.
ritual thing, combat or whatever look they wanted to give to the Colosseum.
Okay. Yeah, I think I stand by the slope and by the door and I wait for the others to catch up, just kind of like making sure no knives is coming.
All right, y'all get to the slope.
There's a door over here. Keypad. Don't know where it leads. Also, there's a further down.
And do we all see the light at the end of the tunnel? Well, the same flicker light.
Yeah, everybody actually sees it
So do
because
we-
it's in the dark and everything. So the only light source is pretty much.
Can I see if there are any kind of recent footsteps going that way?
You can drop on all four and make a survival check. Fiona?
That I will.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, do we go through the door or do we go further down the hall?
We're already at the door. We might as well.
Can I say that I roll with disadvantage
Why?
because of the lighting?
Sure.
Well, you have a
That makes
glowy stick. Why are you rolling? Why are you giving yourself disadvantage?
No, that's okay. He stacking the deck against himself. I like
Truth or
that.
Fiction. I like it.
Wow, it's not like it would have
Didn't-
made a big
didn't
difference.
matter anyway.
Wow.
In the dark, you do notice one thing. So there's a bit of there's sand right on the ground, but as soon as you start trying to look for tracks, you realize that the ground itself there's a thin layer of sand, probably that was carried by the warriors under their heels and everything from the arena. The rest of the tunnel is like it's cement. There would not be any tracks on there.
Damn it. Well,
So right now you look like someone who lost his contact.
And I just like gesture towards the door and I go, after you, Queenie.
so that's the name we're gonna give her, Queenie.
I mean, I've got multiple nicknames.
Okay.
All right, yeah, I guess I'll try and do the thing with the door.
Easily enough. 5, 6, 7, 8. I swear, like these people, they don't know technology.
All of their passwords are password.
Yeah, all their admin users is admin. But
You wouldn't believe the amount of time that check should be.
yeah, I know. The door swings open, and it's actually two doors that open up like this, like sliding doors.
A la Star Trek.
Two light sources, beady and yellow, turn on in the dark of this room. They look like eyes staring at you. And a robotic voice says, "Armory open."
Time to loot.
May we enter?
Please provide warrior requisition ID.
Ah, I'm gonna step back.
I just look at you all and just say, we should just go. We don't alert them.
Yeah, I don't think we need anything in an armory, I guess.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if we go in without the requisition ID, we get questioned by the robot, and then somehow he's gonna spout swords and just cut us up as mincemeat.
I'm gonna walk back and I'm gonna say we should just have this conversation when the door's closed.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Under the light of the glow stick, which is a bit stronger than an actual like rave glow stick, but you see that the robot you're talking to, the droid you're talking to, is a like almost like just a floating head and a torso. But it's not floating because you would have heard like a reactor or something to power its turbo lift. Instead, it seems like it's hung up by something. Like strong along the ceiling.
Oh, like GLaDOS-ish.
Yeah, like GLaDOS-ish.
Still gonna say we should leave.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
not. No, I'm good.
Alright. As
Get
soon
enough,
as you
power
guys step
here.
away from the threshold, the door just closes again. And you hear the data pad go beep beep.
Did it lock itself, or did it send a signal?
No, it seems to have locked itself automatically.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, it's a room full of weapons. That makes sense.
Yeah, good point.
Just make a mark for that for later.
Yes.
Simon, can I tell where that cube is? Because I remember you saying it was in the center. Can I tell where I am in correlation to that?
Yes. It would take you a minute to just center yourself and expand your senses and make it use the force check.
I wouldn't get any bonus because I knew where it was before, wouldn't I?
Nope.
What the fuck are my skills? Okay. Let's do this.
Alright, 10. You feel that you are, let's say, off-center,
Hmm.
farther away, but you're going into the right direction. If you were to follow the tunnel, and unless the tunnel turns at any point, you would be a bit too much to the left, like in relation to where you are, where you're standing and where you're looking at. You'd be too much to the left of the crystal. So there might be a path to the right at some point that would get you closer to the crystal. Or the thingy.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, crystal,
Well,
Datacron, Holocron,
I-
Pyramid. Like, the
yeah.
DM doesn't know doesn't know shit.
Okay, I explained what it was.
Yeah, it was just me, Simon,
Oh,
making a mistake, as I am
Yeah,
wont
the
to do.
holocron.
how dare!
Okay.
Does
Uh,
it? What does it look like when you like go tap into the force?
I don't think you see anything. I think I'm just like, you just see me like close my eyes and I'm just like
Concentrate.
just breathing out slowly, and then like I just like expel air. That's what it really looks like. Like I'm in like some kind of like monk trance.
He's doing deep breathing exercises
For a whole minute.
for a whole minute
In the darkness.
in the darkness.
Yana gets kind of uncomfortable and takes a few steps away.
Sorry.
Down towards the tunnel.
I'm gonna try and sneak again.
Oh, you don't need to. You can keep the same
Ah, okay.
roll. Since, nothing has changed in your environment. And, like, I mean, that robot, for all intents and purposes, you're not there anymore. The door closed, it locked back up. Maybe it still knows you're there through, like, some radar or something, so that you wouldn't know. But to anybody in the tunnel, as long as Dak is at least 40 feet behind you, you're in complete darkness.
I shall be 40 feet behind you. Like that, I will not break the streak of good luck we have with sneaking. That I
Alright.
think we have.
You guys keep going for a bit. And after about another minute, unless you were jogging or anything, you get to the end of the tunnel where that neon light was flashing. It is actually right above a black aluplasteel thingy door. Another black metal door. This one doesn't have a data pad next to it. Instead, it has a symbol on the door itself. And the symbol has been like grooved inside the door. It looks like a dodecahedron. Dodecahedron? Yeah,
Yeah.
dodecahedron.
Dodecahedron.
Like a D12, like the
Yeah.
shape of a
Yeah.
D12. In a circle, from which sprouts like a stylized flower of some kind. The flower itself, though, isn't engraved as deep as the rest of the symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Like that one is not as ancient as a engraving.
No, it probably means that this part of the symbol isn't something that has a function. It's more like decorative than the rest.
Okay.
When you touch or approach
Sorry, there was it was a dodecahedron inside
a circle,
a circle, and where was the flower?
so it's like at the top and it's sprouting
Okay,
Nice.
from there.
from there.
And if you approach your hand from the symbol, like just a bit, just to like dust it off or try to see, or even that, if you like brought the glow stick closer, you can feel static electricity coming from that symbol.
Oh, it's an electronic push button thingy.
Electronic whoosh button thingy.
Push button thingy.
Very important distinction.
Between whoosh and push.
Well, I mean,
So it's right next to a door, correct?
no, it's on the door.
On the door.
Yeah.
Nothing else. There's no data pad. Nothing. There's just one light on top, and that's it.
I mean, you could roll investigation if you're so hell-bent on trying to figure out what this thing is.
You know what? I will roll investigation.
I'm gonna
Me
aid.
too.
Alright.
Yeah, well.
I'm helping
Oh,
you.
why?
Well, yeah, with the help from Yorshkata, it means that Zeta would have rolled a 20.
Nice.
This is a-
Yay.
I find a button. That's all I got.
And Dak lost his contact lenses again.
It's a door.
So, no.
I will take a few step back, prep myself, visualize the door, and think real hard about doing this, and just give up.
Alright.
It's not metal. It's like stone. I don't like stone.
No, it's actually, it's a harder type of metal. Like, it's a reinforced metal door, if you will.
Okay, well, I'm not stupid. We're gonna just
Like you guys remember in Return of the Jedi when they tried to hack into the bunker and like the first door closes and then there's like another one that closes on top of it?
Yeah.
Which is like the blast doors or whatever. It's sort of like this one. Like that second one.
Okay.
Thick and probably resistant to fire and explosions.
Aww.
So, two things that you find, Zeta and Yorsh. The symbol that's grooved into the door has multiple tiny holes in it. Along the bottom of each, like each side of the symbol. So the bottom half of the symbol is filled with these tiny holes. The top half doesn't have anything. And then by looking around the door, you find on the ground, carved inside, carved in the cement, is a phrase that says, "The blood of the victor will open the door.
Shit.
The blood of the losers shall feed the monster."
Not reading this, am I?
He's like, I knew it. I wonder how far this blood goes. Like, does it have to be specifically that person, or can it be a relative?
Can we see the blood though? Like, is that dried blood? Is there
So-
actual blood like on there though?
If you bring the light closer and you look at the grooves on the door and everything around the circles, it's very faint. Probably because someone must have washed it after, because they're not barbarians. No, I mean, come on. They hold fights to the death between orphans, but they clean themselves afterwards. Like, it's...
Yeah, that makes total sense.
It come on.
The operation is fancy.
But yeah, you can find, like, as you run your fingers, you can sometimes feel like that it is sticky in some places.
Does anyone have a knife?
Do
Yeah.
I have a knife?
Yeah, actually,
I
Oh,
don't.
perfect. Thank you.
take out one of her
Thank you.
knives.
So Fiona takes a knife out of wherever it is you hid it on your body, but you guys
Yeah.
never pictured her having a knife there.
No, I gotta be honest. I'm surprised you have a knife. Hold up blaster? Sure. A knife?
That's actually the weapon I trained with.
Well, color me surprised.
I think I'm used to seeing them after we had that training session.
We
And you,
did.
like, and you kind of threw those knives, remember?
I
You were
did
throwing
throw
knives.
those knives. Yeah.
So she pulls a knife out and hands it to Zeta.
I'm gonna try something. And then she just kind of like looks at Fiona. I'm gonna like make sure that you have like bandages ready. I want to try something.
You're the one with the med kits.
I know, but you're better at doing this stuff than I am.
Well, if you, yeah, I literally don't have any med kits, but if you give me one, I will use.
And so like, she like cuts her palm and like puts it on the door, like around where the holes are, to see if that will do anything.
All right.
I'm gonna brace myself just in case a floor drops out under us or something.
Spike trap.
Oh god, I didn't think about that.
I mean, it did say monster, so
So Zeta, how many points of damage do you inflict yourself? How grave is that wound?
How grave is the wound? Let's see. How much can poor Zeta take?
Because you can go, like, I know a knife only does like a d4 or whatever, but I mean, you're the one using it. You can like cut yourself open if you wanted, which I don't suggest it.
No.
But
She
like, do you
probably-
just like prick a tip of a finger, or do you
No,
like cut your
she's
forearm
cutting-
open?
She's cutting the palm of her hand, like not deep, but like enough.
There's a
to
lot
where-
of veins in your hand.
Yeah, I know this is like the worst place to do it, but we're in a cinematic game,
Yeah.
so it's like the coolest place to cut yourself. Whereas in real life, you'd lose like all sensitivity in the hand.
She'd probably
And
do like a
molars.
max of 4 damage to herself with the knife.
All right, take 4 points of damage. You
Well,
smear.
actually, the hand, because there's so many veins in it, it's probably like a good place to get a lot of blood on a relatively superficial
Small,
cut.
yeah. You smear your hand on the symbol, and you wait for your blood to find where the holes are, and go inside. There doesn't seem to be enough blood
Shit,
to cover
hang
all
on.
the holes.
She's like, hang on. And
I'm
she
gonna.
does
I'm
it again.
I'm also gonna tell her to put her hand where the flower is, so that it can follow that groove. And like possibly-
Follow the pattern. And then-
Yeah, so it's easier to like, get trickled in.
Okay. She goes ahead and says, I mean, it's still bleeding, so she just puts it on the flower this time.
Your spider sense tingles.
Shit. She doesn't. She backs up. She goes, no.
There's a
No.
needle, not a needle, a nail, like a railroad spike that comes out of the flower. Shling, shling.
You see her just go, ah!
But you removed your hand in time. That you don't, aside from the 4 points of damage you inflicted yourself, you don't take any more damage.
It's like, I don't like it. This door's mean.
Wow, that door is pure evil.
I think that's where you have to put your
More,
hand.
aren't I? I'm
I
still
mean-
bleeding, like out of my hand, right? Just like keeps trying to like put it on the holes to try to fill it up as much as she can without making herself like do any like a lot of harm to herself.
It burns as you rub it against the steel, but it doesn't do anything.
Damn it.
You gotta go through the spike? Really?
We don't even know if the spike will work.
It's there for a reason.
Yeah, but she isn't the victor.
I'm related to the victor though. It could still say that the blood is still the same.
The DNA.
Yes, this doesn't look like science or technology. This looks, I don't know. If it is, it's very well hidden. I don't know if they could have some kind of DNA analyzer in it, though.
The nail came out as soon as she put her hand close, so there's some kind of sensor there.
I mean,
Let me just press with a nail gut out with the tip of my mace, see if anything happens.
Nothing.
can I do some kind of like computer check or something like to see what we're working with, if it's mechanical or digital or?
Yeah. Let me just pull up the list of different skills that exist. Because it might be something else in computer that could potentially be.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. To be fair, use computer. Yeah. To see if it's technologically possible to create something like that.
Not as good.
Still enough to know that if this whole thing is based around technology, there could be. So to activate the spike, there must be like the same type of sensors that you would find on a touchscreen device.
Okay.
It feels the warmth and the heartbeat of, or like electricity conductivity or something. It senses something, and that's when it comes out. Now, as far as the blood of the victor, the blood of the losers, you think that there's probably a reservoir inside the door where all these holes lead to. There could easily well be like just a sort of a gauge that measures how much there is, and it doesn't matter whose blood it is. On the other hand, if all of the warriors actually have been, their DNA, or they've had like blood works done on them, it could just be that it needs to actually match someone, which means that the losers wouldn't be able to come back inside without the victor hurting themselves.
Okay. I will relate this to the rest of the party.
I suppose we could go for more blood.
I think it's worth a shot.
Hands Fiona the med kit here.
I do have a med kit, so you should be fine.
That's
Everybody's
like a factor
prepping
of
their
mine,
first
it's
aid kits.
fine.
Yeah.
It's like
Do I have
anything for Fyra. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt.
I put like, do you want to put my hand over your mouth?
Which hand do you put on the flower?
Do I want to do the one that's cut?
I mean, it's already cut.
That's true. It'd probably be her left hand. She probably cut her left hand.
I was watching intently. Did it look like she was? When everyone was doing the ritualistic fighting, I asked you what kind of martial arts they were using, so I was watching very intently. Could I tell which was her dominant hand?
So she was fighting with a sort of
Staff,
force
right?
spike, yeah, like a staff or something. She seems to be completely ambidextrous.
Okay.
She
was fighting
seemed
with a
anyway to
ball.
be ambidextrous. Like she wouldn't favor one side of her body more than another.
She was fighting with a ball, not a staff.
No.
Oh yeah, it's true that that
At the
was the ball.
beginning, everyone had like a ritualistic fighting, like sparring match, and then
And then there was the ball
Okay.
where she just used the force to fling it to people. Ooh, No, make a wisdom check. Yours.
A wisdom? Okay.
Yeah.
Would I not know the dominant hand of my own sister?
How much time did you spend with her?
She was 4 when she left.
Oh yeah, so you know her dominant hand is her right hand. She's
Yeah,
right-handed.
At 4? I don't know what we and my 4-year-old's using. I'm just saying.
Well, alright then. No, but like when he's doing like drawing or whatever, he must
I
be
agree.
using one hand, or like he probably draws better with one hand than the other.
In that case, yeah, he's right-handed.
Like just look at all the drawings you put on the fridge. They were drawn with one hand, and the drawings in the trash were drawn with the other.
I would never put any of his drawing in the trash.
By the way, nobody asked me for parenting advice. I'd be the worst person. So, do you put your right hand or your injured left hand?
Man, she just like cleans off her left hand. She's like, man, I'm not gonna be able to shoot anything now. It's a good thing. It's a good thing I've got that frying pan.
Did you keep it?
I did. I need stats for that, by the way, at some point.
Just pimp it out.
It does a d6 bludgeoning damage, and it uses your strength.
Yay! I'll make sure to write that later.
I give you like a piece of fabric to put in your mouth.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt. And she's like, make sure you're ready.
Yeah.
Left or right?
Like, right hand.
Put your right hand up.
Yeah.
The spike comes out in a flash. You muffle a scream of pain as you are dealt 12 points of damage.
You just see her just like a tear like falls down her face.
The spike went through one hand, like one end of her hand, and it came out about like an inch from the other side.
Fiona like winces and looks away.
It hurts, and you don't know, Zeta, if you should remove your hand right away or leave it there or whatnot. But after like a second, not even, the spike retracts. And like all the blood pools off from the, or I should say it dribbles off from the spike onto the symbol, and eventually it goes inside the holes. And that's when you think that probably it's not as much as like, it's not trying to put the blood in the hole that does anything. The hole is probably just there to try to like pick up or like clean up as much as possible after somebody's been stabbed.
Wasn't even worth stabbing myself.
Probably just is the stabbing that opens the door, because the door does open and the blood hasn't even pooled inside the symbol yet.
She just like holds her hands out to Fiona and goes, "Ow, please help me."
Yeah, I will do, what is that? Treat injury with something, because I'm using a med.
Yep. It's so
kit.
Medicine
Just
check?
what's the baby one like? Because there's med packs and med kits.
yeah, the baby one, baby. That's force powers. That's okay. Baby healing. Med pack is a healing potion. It's 4d4 plus 4 hit points. So what it is, the med pack is like this sort of foam that contains like coagulants, Bacta, stimulants, and whatever. You can just shoot it inside a wound, and it's gonna sterilize it and cauterize what it can. The med kit is like an actual first aid kit with like, you have a scalpel in it, you have bandages, you have like a bunch of stuff, a defibrillator. It's like this huge kit that you would have in an ambulance nowadays.
Okay.
And then the surgery kit is what you find in a hospital.
So we do we have just a med pack?
I think a few of you guys had some, or at least one.
I got one, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So do I need to do a treat injury check with it, or can
No, because the med pack is just, it's a healing potion.
Okay.
The med kit you would need to.
Okay.
44 plus 4.
Well, if anybody, if yours
Yeah, I
is
mean, I
willing
guess
to.
I'll roll, like, I could roll it, I guess, if you want me to roll it.
That would be nice because all this damage that I've taken, I'm almost at half my health.
Wait. Zeta, did that damage go beyond your damage threshold?
No, it didn't.
Oh, cool.
I'm fine. I'm fine for like another 3 points of damage.
All right, you're not injured. Well,
Like,
anyway, it resets to 0. It's you need to take more in one attack.
Yeah, my damage threshold is like I have to take 19 points of damage.
Ah, shoot, sorry. Forgot a 4 in there.
That's okay. Oh.
Get 15 hit points back. It's almost all of
Yay.
them.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is almost all of them.
The wound is plugged. The other hand has been cleaned and bandaged. Like the only thing is, right now, closing your hands, like making a fist, hurts like hell. You
That's
can still hold stuff, but it's ow. Like you probably wouldn't punch anyone.
No. He's like, I'm keeping this piece of cloth. I feel like I'm gonna need it later.
Yeah, if it starts bleeding again, I can,
You actually almost healed me up to full. You were off by 1.
yeah.
Nice.
Beyond the door is a 10-foot hall that opens up to kind of a big room. Like it's spacious enough. It's probably a sparring area. You notice so after you exit this hall, there's like 2 staircases that go down in like a U shape to that room. And you notice like discarded wooden sticks, well, wooden batons, I should say, or quarter staves. You find a few boxing gloves on certain walls, and well, hooked on like a hook, and then there's stuff written all around, about a foot from the ceiling, and it's written in Auberge, the like common alphabet, and it says something like through passion there is strength, through strength there is power, and like this like some sort of mantra that keeps being repeated all around the room. This room has aside from the door from where you came from, there are 4 exits. So one on your left, one on your right. You have to go down the room. So like if you were to start from the middle of that room, there's a corridor that goes to your right, a staircase that leads to another corridor to your left, and then at the end of the room there are 2 other corridors that lead into another one. But those ones have a door that's been closed on both of them.
Going to rank to perception check. 19.
So there's corridor to the right and to the left, and then there's 2 like.
Yeah, let me. I'll pull up a like a blank page or something. I'll bring you guys to it. Here, so we can draw on this page, even though all of the people aren't gonna see it. But like real quick, so here's the corridor you were coming from. There's like this square room with symbols all over, tools and whatnot. There's a corridor here. There's a little staircase here. There's a door right here. Another one right here. And your little staircases, they go like this. So there's ones here, and the other one would be like this.
Staircases go down, correct?
Yeah, they go down into the room. Which is, the room itself is about like 5 steps, so probably around 5 feet lower than the tunnel was. So you keep getting deeper and deeper.
I got a 19 in my perception.
What are you looking for?
Same, just echolocation signs of people.
Oh, okay.
footsteps moving away, coming towards us. All that kind of stuff. So like sneakily go around the room just in case someone's hiding.
You hear breathing. breathing, not breathing. But it's coming from far away, past the 2 corridors across the room from you.
In front of me?
Yeah.
Past the doors that are closed?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I look towards...
So it must be loud enough for you to hear it from here.
Yeah, I look towards everyone and I just say, like, put my mouth up to my lips, finger up to my lips, and just kind of put up to my ear, or where my ear would be, if I was human. And I just kind of point towards the door. And I sneakily go towards it to kind of get a better sense where that person is in my echolocation.
It's hard to pinpoint it because it is still far away. But you can make a another perception check.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. So you think that whatever it is isn't directly on the other side of the door. It probably is maybe, because we're all mathematicians, like 20 feet
Okay.
from the door. There seems to be like something that dampens the sound as well. And it's the breathing that you hear is very much like heavy breathing, laborious breathing.
Okay. Yeah, I just stare at the doors and I just kind of said I can hear like past. I don't like speak up or anything, so I don't know how echoey chambers are.
And you just see like Zeta word the mouth or word.
Mouth the word.
Yeah, my brain's dying. Mouth the word monster.
Does it sound like something like that?
At this distance, you wouldn't know. But it needs to be loud, and you've never heard. Well, no, you probably heard people breathe like that, but very, very rarely.
I just kind of mouth, I don't know. Then I just kind of like did an eye signal to both of the doors. Got my hand on my like vibro hilt blade, and just kind of go to one side of the door. Keep listening. Make sure no one's coming towards us as well.
There
So
doesn't seem to be
you
anybody.
went down the stairs.
No, I just walked forward because there's 2 doors in front of us.
Okay, so we're down in the sparring area.
Yeah.
Okay. So it'll be the 2 doors that are together that you're going toward, or the one that's lonely by the right side?
I would go for the one that doesn't have the breathing. That would be nice.
I'm just standing by the 2 doors just in case like someone comes out.
Okay.
Like I'm standing in like the middle of like the 2 doors in case someone like walks in.
Sorry. And what does Fiona do? Fiona, Zeta, and Dak.
I'm just gonna wait to see what Yorsh's like. I don't know what happens. Like to see what happening. So I'm gonna wait to see what Yorsh reports.
All right.
I will be simply looking around with my glow rod, and I'll just tighten my grip on my mace and just wait and see what's happening. Because at this point, we're looking for someone. I have no idea where we are right now.
I guess I'll keep an eye out on some of the other doors.
Okay.
I want to see if I can tell if anyone's been in this room recently.
That would be an investigation check.
Okay.
I'll help.
Yay.
And that is a 23. The room's been disturbed recently. You notice the way the discarded equipment is lying about. it probably was in a pile somewhere and someone knocked it to like a side or something. Either in anger or by accident, you're not sure. But whoever it is, they were going towards the northwest. If you were to look at the map, like the top right corner. So there's been someone.
Is that the door that has the heavy breathing?
One of them does. Let me take another color. I'll just put like a... So the breathing comes from where I've added the 2 red lines.
That's
So
what
it's
I'm saying.
beyond those doors. Like farther away, there's breathing.
I'd like
I'm
to take
standing
a
in the
quick
middle.
look at the staircase that's going down. Do I see anything down the stairs?
The stairs to the left of the room, those ones
Yes.
go up. Like
Up?
2 or 3 steps, yeah.
And then what? To a
Uh,
door?
No, it's actually like a small corridor. It's, I don't know, like 3 feet. And then what you see seems to be like a sort of mock cantina, a bar, or some such. Disused, of course. But there are like a few glasses left on the tables, a few bottles on a counter. There's a that's just about what you see. Actually,
gonna
there
go
are
take a look.
lights on, like there's a light on each table, but it's turned off at the moment.
I'm gonna go take a look. I'm gonna take a look at the glasses themselves. Any of them have ice?
No,
Or
but a lot of
condensation?
them still, yeah, they have condensation. They're wet, and some of them do smell like alcohol.
And that's the end. There's nothing else but that.
Well, there's the bar, and then you notice there's a to your left, sort of, a bit farther down the room. Let me just draw it, like just to give you an example. But there is a cupboard or something, some such. It's like a room like this, right? And it has, I'm sorry, there's a door here. Yeah. There's the bar here. And like a few tables. It looks like the room is unimpressed with my drawings.
Really is.
And a cupboard.
I'm going to go take a look at the cupboard.
Alright, while you do that, Fiona, what do you do?
I'm just watching those doors, making sure nobody's going through.
Alright.
I'm just staying on lookout.
So you said right here was where that stuff was disturbed.
Yep.
Okay. As my brain's going, those people that lost probably got fed to that monster, and these 2 doors are probably where this monster is. It's probably already too late to save them too. It's been at least.
Sorry,
what,
I thought the heavy breathing was coming from the corridor, not the doors.
No, it's coming from the doors. The 2 doors where I put like a red or orange
Yeah.
slash or something. Yeah.
Okay.
No, the corridor, if you peek through it, I can...
I thought that's where yours was.
No.
No?
I'm between. I'm like on the wall in between the 2 doors.
Oh,
It's like pressed
okay.
up against it.
I'm dumb. All right, I want to look down the corridor then. Sorry,
That's
Okay.
alright.
I thought yours was taking care of the corridor. Never
And
mind.
make sure no one's coming out into the room.
Yeah. I will try and be, stealthy about it.
Stealth.
Sure.
Not the stealth.
Would you like me to roll?
Wow. I suck at drawing shapes. Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, you're invisible. You peer through the corridor and inside the corridor, and you see this other room where, yeah, it's the junket deck. There's a giant statue.
Of what?
A robed figure.
Does it look Zabrak?
No, actually. You'd have to get closer to inspect its facial features. But it doesn't have like the telltale
have the
horns.
Yeah. Yeah, if nobody else is in the room, I'll get closer.
All right. As you get closer, you look at the face under the hood of that robed figure, and you gasp in surprise. This is Sheev Palpatine.
Chief?
Sheev. That's his
Sheev.
first name.
Oh, right, I forgot.
Yeah, the guy's name is Shiv, because he's the most trustworthy individual in the whole galaxy.
And then... Stop.
Yeah.
Okay. What's down this other door? Can I take a peek over there?
Yeah, I just want to know if Zeta's doing anything different, or you're just standing guard where you are.
If I'd have seen it gone off, I would have went off with her.
Huh?
Like, well, not went off with her, but like made my way stealthily
Okay.
towards her.
Yeah. When she sees Emperor Palpatine, she gasps like quietly, but and turns to see if anybody has followed her or seen it, or so I guess I see yours.
Yeah, you see me.
You're
like,
coming
creeping
along.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see me creeping up.
Watch you creeping. Well, we know where their loyalties lie.
How old does the statue look?
Not that old. Pretty recent in the sense that it doesn't look weathered in any way.
Well, we're here for Zeta's sister. It doesn't really matter where their loyalties lie. It's where hers is, I guess.
Sorry, can you speak up a little bit?
Oh, yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, I say, it doesn't really matter where her loyalties lie. Well, where their loyalties lie, we're here for her sister. It doesn't matter where her
Yes.
sisters lie.
I just have to be careful. And so do you.
It's a bit too late for that.
Okay, what's in this other room? Is this another statue?
It is another statue.
What is this a statue of?
This one is a statue of 3 female figures in a sort of circle. They're holding hands. And in all 3 of them are Zabrak. And in the center of that, it's called a triangle because it's not really a circle, there's a bowl. And in that bowl is like a collection of what appears to be dog tags. Or like similar to, like if I were to find a real world analogy, would probably be dog tags. Like small metal shavings on which is written a name.
Can I see if I recognize any of the names?
You take a handful of them and you look at them, and none of the names sound familiar. None of them is Fyra either.
Is any of them Vespa?
As you're looking into it, make a it's gonna take a bit of time because it's not just a small bowl, it's like a punch bowl.
Yeah.
But make an investigation check.
Damn. So good.
I was gonna say, do you want to roll a force point? Do you want to roll a force point? You look through it, and as the deeper you go, the older they look. And at some point, you do find one that says Vespa.
Is there anything else in the room besides this statue?
No, it's actually well kept and pretty much empty. The statue occupies, like, my drawing isn't really faithful to what it is, because the statues, like, they're touching the wall, but barely, so they occupy most of the room.
Most of the space? Okay.
So you kind of have to go around them to reach the bowl, and when you're in front of the bowl, like, looking at them, like, these three, like, matron figures looking, like, sternly at you, like, down at you, as if they were disappointed or displeased.
Yeah. Can I look through the sim as well? Do I see any names that I recognize?
You can certainly take a few minutes to make another investigation check. I assume you're looking for names that are on your list.
Yeah. Boop. Where's my skills?
Wait, just to be sure, Vespa was one of the statues you encountered on the way there, right?
Vespa was Ebor's favorite.
Yeah, alright, yeah.
Investigation. 14.
None of your names are on it.
We should go. I won't linger too long.
While this is happening, Dak, you open the cupboard.
Yes.
There are multiple identical bottles on a shelf. Most of the shelves have been emptied out. Some of them have, like, a stack of cloth. Some of them have, like, glasses. The whole bottom half of the cupboard is just room for, like, a mop and a bucket. But the top
So
shelf...
I found a cupboard.
Yeah,
Got
you
it.
found a cupboard, but the top shelf has, like, this row of, like, maybe 10, there might be even more bottles in back of it. They're shaped like beer bottles. They don't have any label or anything, but the liquid inside is, like, black and thick.
Guy, pop one up and just take a whiff.
Yeah, sure.
How
Smells of...
How strong is it?
So it sort of smells like dark beer, like Guinness, sort of. But there's something else. There's, like, another smell mixed with it that you can't... It's not blood, I can tell you right away. But there's something almost sour. Like a very sour smell.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna put the cork back on. Put it back on the shelf.
It was a twist cap. You're screwed.
Shit. I'm gonna take it, put a cap on top, and just go slowly with my mace. No, I'm
Okay.
not doing that.
No, you
Did
put it
you
back.
say that this spot here was a door?
Yes.
Sorry, my roll 20 wasn't up. Which one?
That one. If it'll do it, that
Yeah.
one.
That's another
I'll
door.
go. I'll go ahead and I'll look over here.
You open the door.
Yeah.
All right. It leads into this other room, right? And this is a staircase going up in the darkness. And here in the corner is like a desk with a chair. There seems to be a screen mounted on the wall and a keyboard on the desk. It looks like some sort of computer station.
I'll go and have a look at it. See if I can tell if like this is like their base of operations or something.
Sure. When you turn on the computer, it boots up to exactly where it was when it was turned off or something, and you just see this darkened room littered with bones, and this hulking figure that moves in front of the camera. You can hear from probably a microphone installed in that room. The breathing, that creature is pacing back and forth, and what little light you see in the room comes from like a great well, it's probably the shadow made by like a grate that's on the ceiling or something like that, and there's light shining from above there. But from time to time, something seems to move over that grate.
That stupid monster.
Sorry.
Is it possible for me to move the camera?
You start playing with the keys, and it doesn't do anything except change from one camera to the next. One shows the armory, one shows the tunnel, one shows the beast, and the other one shows the sparring area you guys entered. So it's like black, empty, sort of empty. You can see the shadows of like Fianna, Yorsh, and Dak. Monster.
I'm
Dark.
trying in the monster room. I'm trying to see if I can see any of the people that had just fought in the arena.
You do not notice any like bundle of clothing or naked bodies or anything. It's bones. So
Seven.
unless whatever creature is there can clean out bones in an instant, or in 10 minutes or so,
Would it be possible for me to identify the monster?
yes.
What do I need to roll?
So you would need to roll either life sciences or galactic lore.
Yeah, I don't have either of those.
So it would be intelligence.
I mean, I can give it a shot.
of
I mean,
course.
I have galactic lore if you want my help.
I mean, I'll try it myself first, and then if I fail, then I'll go and just be like, Fianna, what is this nasty thing?
Fianna, I saw something. I don't know what that is.
This is my only job, is to know things and heal people.
Yeah, I before I like try to identify the monster, I just kind of like walk back into the room, and I like kind of like tug on Dak's sleeve, and I kind of like tell him to follow me.
I followed diligently.
I tell him to like look at the monster so that way he can also make this roll. I'm like, do you know what that
Dak,
is?
you've hunted that before in your life.
Oh yes, I know
This
exactly
is
what
not
this is.
a rancor.
Damn it.
No, you don't need to roll,
Oh,
Alex.
okay. Never mind then.
Okay.
Because
Wait.
Dak knows what it is. It's hunched, sort of like a rancor, but it's hairy, and it has like these two long, pointy ears. And of course, you look for the telltale sign of hind legs that end not in feet, but in one long, deadly claw. So it walks like a gorilla on its forearms and like smaller hind legs, but from the knee down, the legs are actually just like these elongated claws, which are sharp as maybe as sharp as a vibro blade. This is a Gundark. So they're known as perhaps one of the most dangerous creatures in the galaxy. 4 arms, broad hands, with opposable digits. They're able to wield weapons if they want to, albeit with limited dexterity. It's, you know, that the hunting of those creatures, even the capture of these creatures, is illegal. Even now that the Empire has taken over, as it's been shown that they have limited sentience. Yes, if you wanted to show a link to everyone. Yeah, not the picture I would have used, but
Oh, looks like it, no?
yeah, it does, but there are some more I don't know,
Impressive.
looking pictures that shows about the size of what it is, like something like that.
Thing is huge, bigger than what I thought.
It's from Star Wars online there, but like you can see just how big it can be.
Holy crap!
Yeah, except that this one for some reason has like proper feet, whereas their feet are like on the pictures the picture you showed.
Okay, so they travel on their arms and their legs are just
They like the arms go like thud thud, and then the legs follow like tink tink. But they move with a certain fluidity.
oh dexterous, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, in this case,
They're hard
Okay.
to hunt and to find. They're mostly in because of limited sentience. They tend to live in like societies, groups, not just like a tribal family, but like an actual village. Hunting them down is pretty much just like going to hunt for humans, except that a lot of huts and other disreputable individuals will pay a lot of money to get those because they make for excellent gladiators.
okay, in that case, I will relay that information to Zeta, and I believe Fiona followed suit.
Well, yeah. If Yorsh and I are back from the weird
Sure.
room of holes.
Okay. The doors that were at the bottom of the sparring area, were they big enough?
To let a creature like that pass through?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Well,
Okay,
I mean,
here's a-
it could probably squeeze through it, but it couldn't charge through it.
Okay, here's the good news. The creature probably cannot cross into the sparring area. Probably. But if one of us gets face to face with this, your chances of surviving its first attack is very low. Even for Yorsh. That thing is deadly intelligent.
Well, then I suggest we try not to get to it.
I
Yes.
don't like this place.
From the feed, you notice the grate open, and a body is flung down the hole, flailing as it tries to grab hold to the ceiling or the grate itself. It falls down in the pit, and the Gundark, unless you cut the feed, but the Gundark has a field day with whoever is incapable of defending themselves. They're like bloodied and exhausted. They can barely stand up, and the Gundark just charges at them with its back turned to the camera, so you don't see like all the gory details.
But enough.
But Yorsh, you can hear it through the walls.
Hmm.
Nobody else can? Just yours?
If you make a perception check, sure.
I don't...
Unless your passive perception
Wait,
is 15 or
Wait,
higher.
isn't there a microphone that we can hear through the monitor?
My
True.
passive perception is higher than that, so if I hear it,
I forgot. No, there is a microphone because you could hear the breathing louder. I was still thinking about the sparring area. Yes, you all heard pleads of mercy.
Maybe if we go up the stairs, we can stop them from killing those other two kids.
Fiona is like visibly upset
Shook?
at this.
Yeah.
Shaken, sorry.
Yeah.
I think you're.
Zeta turns the computer off and starts heading up the stairs.
Yeah, I
Alright.
think you're just gonna use that the sound to kind of help him with his stuff, and he's gonna like go up the stairs and start stuffing.
All right.
Jump to another stealth. Or...
go up?
Yes, please.
16.
All right. Do the rest of you stealth up, or you leave Yorsh to go alone? Okay. So anybody who wants to follow Yorsh from a close distance, roll. Roll stealth.
Yep.
So we got a 16, we got an 8,
Oh no.
we got an 11,
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do pretty bad. Nice shit. Okay.
14. All right. You guys go up the stairs. As you reach the top, the stairs go up for a good.
Oh, yeah. Daxter has the glow stick, right?
Yeah, he still has it.
Yeah. So I would have went like by myself, like a ways away as always, like as before.
Would have told us to wait.
Yeah, because that's like been the standard all this time. So I would have like kept that
Yeah, okay.
because I do
Okay.
better in the dark.
As you go up the stairs, though, you notice that there's light
Oh,
upstairs.
okay.
It takes a while. You climb up what you believe is probably 2 floors high, like 2 stories. And at the top of the stairs, you let me try to. I'll draw it like I'll use this here. Yeah, sure. So stairs were going up like this. I'm drawing at the bottom of the map there. So the stairs go up and they give into a small like antechamber. Like I did it too big, but whatever. And there's a door at the end, and you can hear conversation coming from beyond that door. As long as you remain on like this new floor, there's light everywhere. It's a reddish glow, but there's light.
I don't hear anything. What is sound?
So y'all make your way upstairs. Same thing, small antechamber, a door. That's it.
Is there a window through the door, or?
No, but you could probably press your ear on it.
Yeah, I'd like to.
To
I'd like to try and
listen in. Sure.
I'll join her.
All right. There's room for 2 people on the door. Just because it's not like super wide and you guys can't all just Scooby-Doo your faces on it.
And I'm just hoping that the door is gonna fall.
You
My ma-
hear a stern, matronly voice on the other side.
Does
That
it
says-
sound like Does it sound like that woman that I talked to at the pyramid?
Yep. Sister Katyana. And the voice says, hesitation is weakness. You must purge yourself of weakness. For in weakness we find death. Look at this wretch. They are weak. They are undeserving of life. What are you waiting for? Use them as they were born to be used for. Fodder. And you just hear like a hesitation. It doesn't. Fiona, you don't recognize the voice, but Zeta, you do.
It's Fyra.
Yeah, Fyra's mumbling something. And you hear the sound of a whip. A whip and a buzz of electricity.
Oh, Zeta's mad. Zeta's very mad.
As the voice says, "Now!"
Is there a data pad or something that I can use?
There's
to
a
open
button
the
to
door?
open the door. It's like a button to open, button to close.
I pull out my gun.
Yeah, I look at Zeta. Are we doing this?
Yeah.
All right. Fiona will push the door to open
All right.
the button.
And that's when we're gonna cut for a break.
Ace.
Cool. We'll see you guys in
What are we getting
5 to
into?
10 minutes.
Blaster in one hand, frying pan in another. I'm ready.
Heroic rescue.
You're going full on PUBG, huh?
Full on PUBG.
All right. Talk to you guys in a couple minutes.
Hey now, no murdering.
Hey everyone, we're back with murder. Apparently.
Did you
Murder.
like cut me in as I was saying no murder?
Yep.
All the murder.
Well, here I go killing
All
again.
of it. So I'm gonna
All of
ask
it.
all of you guys to roll for initiative.
That initiative.
Yeah. You don't have. You can drag your tokens like on the map where we are, and just.
Have tokens? Question mark?
Oh no, I didn't. I didn't assign them to you, so it's not a problem. Like just roll and I'll fix them. Otherwise, they'll all look like faces.
Well, I mean, it has my name
Mm.
on the.
Oh yeah,
I
it's
also
got
didn't-
your name. All right.
I also didn't walk out because I think the two girls was like Charlie's Angels walked out.
Well, I just opened a door.
Yeah,
And
that's it.
they're
Like nobody's
literally
walked into the
standing
other room
in
yet.
The doorway.
How do you drag in the...
So
Token?
go where your character sheet is.
There.
Okay.
So you see there's a picture of like a purple bluish silhouette type thing next to your sheet, like next to your name. Sorry,
Hold on.
the blue
I
guy.
open my sheet.
No, don't open it.
Ah, yes. There you go. Yeah, no, I had to close it because it was in a separate tab.
Mm.
And drag. There you go. It's me.
I didn't put Yorsh's name in it.
Yeah,
That-
yours is right there.
It
That's
doesn't
mine.
have his name though. It just has.
No, it says Yorsh Kata on the turn
Yeah.
order.
No, I can't see it.
Oh, I
Oh.
I
can.
mean, I just rolled a d20 and added my initiative.
No, that's okay. I'm just missing Dak still, because Dak needs to. Oh, you had 10. Yeah, you have to. Never mind, Dak. I'll add you for now.
How the hell do I do things?
No,
Help.
it's because you needed
Help.
to drag your thing before rolling for
okay.
initiative, but it's alright. It's like it's just
It's fine.
it's no
How to roll 20?
big
The
deal.
stream.
Yeah, there should be a stream like that at some point, but we don't need that right now. Where's what I wanted to look for? Because apparently I can't find my stats anymore. There we go. Alright, and she's got a... Ooh.
So she's got a whip and a button that shocks people.
And a 17 in her initiative.
How dare she?
Inky.
Does she not see the passion of fury in my eyes?
Maybe. So, we'll begin with Yorsh. Yorsh Kata, it is your turn.
And you're also muted.
Oh, that's why I couldn't hear him.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna like stealth and let the others go in. Cause I don't know what's happening, so
Alright.
because I didn't hear anything and no one said anything, so I know there's weapon drawn, but I don't know what's there. So I'm just gonna like stealth and wait for
Something to happen.
the two
Am I not
ladies.
allowed to scream something cool as the door is being opened?
No. But I mean, with my stuff, what the fuck's my stuff? There it is. I see it now. Yay. 20.
So, here's what you see when the door opens. Oh, I should have done that in another color. Alright. What's in blue is a glass. Alright. Oh, I'm gonna have to do it smaller. Glass, 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 glass. Inside of a room. So it's a big square room, right? With these like panels of glass around. I can't draw a square to save my life. The
You know,
grate-
there's like a shape tool.
Yeah, I know, but I got lazy, so that's the grate. and there's also an exit. I'll describe everything in more details later, but I just want to make sure I got my thing. There's an exit here, which is where you guys are coming from. There's an exit here, and there's an exit right here. So it's a square room with in the middle of which is the opened grate, and all around, like in the surrounding the grate, but at a certain distance, enough to let the 8 figures that are 6 of which are kneeling, 2 of them are standing around the grate, like they have room to move and to maneuver. And then you could move like about the room around the walls. Standing around the gate is this like lineup of 6 beaten figures, bloodied, exhausted. Some of them, you notice them like wave from side to side. They have trouble staying up, even kneeling, like it is hard for them. Standing up next to the grate is Fyra, looking down in shame. And in front of her, who had her back turned to you, was Sister Katiana. She turns around to see you and says, huh, perseverant. Yeah, perseverant, right?
Perseverance, yeah.
Yeah. Perseverant little intruders we have here. Couldn't wait to see me, could you? Fyra, go to your room.
Don't you fucking dare
And
send my sister to her room.
Fyra leaves,
Byron, no!
running the door to the north. It opens and closes behind her. And she spends the rest of her turn saying, talking to like her wrist, and she says, "Activate defense matrix."
Did she hear Zeta like scream at all, or did she hear Zeta
Fyra?
at all?
Fyra,
Yeah.
or
Fyra.
she might have, but she doesn't make a move to stop.
No reaction or anything?
No, it looks like she's either deaf, probably not, or under such duress that her brain must have shut down, and she acts on like pure instinct or something. As soon as Sister Katiana says activate the defense matrix, from the four corners of this room sprout these like small blaster rifle like turrets, and they all aim in your general direction. For the remainder of the fight, if you are standing in that other room where the stairs were, and you're fighting, you might get hurt by a stray blaster. Otherwise, it will probably be just a direct blaster hit or almost direct blaster hit. If you're standing in the room with the glass panes. Which means that every turn, at the start of your turn, if you're in the main room, you take a D8 point of damage. If you're standing in the other room, you take a D4. If you're going back downstairs, well, you're far away from anything.
It hits automatically?
It's because it's a shower of blasters, so it's easier to just do that instead of... Because I could start rolling, but if I hit you, that's going to be like 3d8.
Fair enough.
So, at that point, might as well just lower it down. But that's it. She's still standing still. Legs slightly apart, knees bent, in a combat position, ready to either dodge out or launch. Fianna, it is your turn.
Do I see any kind of computer control panel that controls this defensive?
Whatever she has on her wrist seems to be the remote control, but you don't see any panels or any, mind you, there is a computer downstairs.
There's a computer downstairs.
Yeah, the one that had that gave to onto the like CCTV.
Oh yeah, the CCTV.
Yeah. Which, I mean, with a bit of hacking, you could probably go from that network to another one and then turn off the defense system.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll say when the turrets start popping out, I'll say I'm on it and run down to the computers.
All right. You're still going to take a D4.
Okay.
From,
and
like,
I will
straight
bonus action inspire Zeta on my way out.
All right. So if you use your move and your dash, you're down. You're basically in front of the computer by the end of your turn,
Okay.
and you take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Zeta, you start your turn in the other room. You take 1 point of damage. What do you do?
Zeta like points her gun at this lovely sister and goes, "Nobody hurts my sister and gets away with it." And she shoots at her wrist, or tries to shoot at her wrist.
All right. You aim for whatever device is mounted on a wrist. That would give you disadvantage.
Oh, sorry. No, it's fine. I was gonna say when I meant like, no, I would be out of the room. So inspire is fine. Never mind.
Okay.
Brain. Too many things.
It's okay. Yeah, you wanted to use your like help feature.
My help action, but if I'm not in the room, I don't think I can. So
No, it's still is like 30 feet away, and you're more than 30
Yeah.
feet.
yeah.
But yeah, you can definitely Zeta try to aim for the wristband or whatever.
I'll try.
If you deal enough damage, you might be able to break it.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember. Like, do I just click on the gun?
There's an attack button like to the right of it, I think.
Okay, I was just double checking because Zeta doesn't use this very often.
Hmm.
I mean, I probably hit her.
With disadvantage, yeah, you still do you?
Man, disadvantage is an
Yes.
18.
It's an 18. Yeah. Yeah. You hit, and that would be 2 points of damage actually.
Yeah, because I'm not sneaking. I don't
Rolling
sneak
0
attack.
plus. No, you're missing out on. There's something missing from your sheet. Give me a sec. I'm gonna go check it. Melee.
There's no damage done.
range. Yeah, there's no damage. That's it. So you might just be missing a tiny thing.
Yeah.
That was your blaster pistol. Oh yeah, because damage dice is 0. So what's the damage of your blaster pistol again? Or I'm gonna
3d4.
3d4 for.
Is it sporting?
3d6. It's 3d4 for
sorry.
the sporting. That's okay.
Yeah.
So 3d6 damage type, energy, crit damage, 3d6. I'm just gonna use the damage from that attack instead.
Okay.
So that would be 12 damage. So now your gun is set up.
Yay.
And she takes
Thank you.
12 points of damage. As you fire at her, the wristband takes 12 points of damage. So the wristband, it's a tiny object. Alright, so it's each time the object takes damage. So you fire at it, and it's not completely like broken, it's not destroyed, but it is broken. And she's not gonna take that damage because you were aiming straight for that. She moves her hand away and goes like, ah! And you see the sparks and the smoke coming out of her wrist.
Good. I'm gonna like move out of the doorway now, and so that way like Jack can go in
All
if
right.
he wants to go in. He doesn't
Mhm.
have to.
Fianna, because the remote control is broken,
Mhm.
you're gonna add an additional 1, a +1, to your use computer checks on like downstairs.
Okay.
Because no one can stop you.
Yeah, it's like the admin user went offline. Next up is Dak. What
In
you-
order to hit the lady, do I have to be in the room?
Since you start in the other room, stray blaster bolt.
Yes.
1. Thing is as long as you're in this room, she's gonna have cover against your attacks because there's the glass pane. Even though your blaster can probably end up piercing through it, it counts as cover also because you're in another room. So there's like the whole like door threshold and everything. But you also have cover against her ranged attack if she has any.
So in order for me to negate that cover that she has, I would have to get in the room.
Yeah.
Would I have to stay in the room, or
No,
can I do
you could-
movement, attack, movement?
Yeah, you could like walk up, shoot, and walk back. Here's the a thing you have to think. There are 3 other exits, and from what you saw, of Fyra, you don't need to keypad or anything to go through a door. So she has 3 possible means of escape.
Okay, let me see.
Like as a soldier, you're sort of trained to recognize these things. And right now, it looks like she wouldn't have a hard time retreating.
Alright, I get in the room. I need to take her down.
Okay.
Just take a quick look, see at my spells.
Where's she standing in the room?
Right near the grate, actually. Like I'd say 5 feet away from the grate.
It's a
What
great
about all
weapon.
the other people
Yeah.
who are currently kneeling?
Yeah, so there's like this, all these people. So let me, here I'll do like dots or something. So all the like defeated warriors are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fyra was here to a point, and that other lady, Kitiana, is here. The X in the top. I'm gonna try to put like a. So the misshapen P was where Fyra was. She's not there anymore. But the X is where she is. So she's sort of standing. She's sort of standing between you and the grate.
Okay.
Dude, push her in that grate. Do it.
I mean,
No,
is the
you
grate
want to.
open?
Yeah, it is. They just flung someone down.
Alright, well, since I have my baton, I'm gonna go up close. And, oh, wait, oh, hell no, I'm not going up close in person with that thing. Well, that person, she's gonna cut me to ribbons.
With an electrified whip.
I don't know what kind
Remember
of
that.
blades she might have.
Oh yeah, no, it's just even the whip looks painful.
Hell, she looks painful. She looks good. I will take out my slug thrower.
All right, your
And-
like good old shotgun.
Yes. I can't say that I'm the law because I am not. And I'm going to unload a round into her.
All right, so slug thrower rifle.
Yeah, I suppose. Is it a rifle?
Probably. Do you hold it with 2 hands?
Yes.
It's the rifle.
Okay.
Go right ahead. Make your attack roll.
Boop. And nothing. Yeah, that I hit on a 9.
Your damage is freedom sprinkles.
Yep.
you you fire your confetti gun at.
Hey now.
No, you fire. Roll a percentile dice, a D100. Under 50%, the glass pane shatters because this is still. It's not energy damage. It's actual physical pellets. It withstood the blow. All of your slug, your massive slug, embedded itself in the glass. It broke it, like it in this like spider web type of pattern, but it's still holding in one piece.
Damn it.
Yeah, glass is very solid in Star Wars apparently. Yorshkata.
hold on.
Oh,
I
you're
will
not
double-
done. I'm sorry.
I will double back out of that room. I don't want to stay where the lasers are.
Turrets are shooting. All right, your start of your turn. You're gonna take 2 points of damage from straight blaster bolt, and it is your turn.
Okay. So from where I can see her,
Mhm.
can I use like my move object to kind of like move her over the hole?
She's not an object, but do you have force push?
There is no force push in the list. There's just force slam, which just knocks someone prone. So there's no like move person one on the list though.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I want to see the move object and yeah, that really is just no, I was pretty sure I had it. Force thrust. That's the one I was looking for. Yeah, force thrust is a 30-foot cone that pushes people back.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so what I want to do is then, I want to. What's in the room?
Well, aside from the 6 people that are like somewhat kneeling and not moving, like they're not gonna try to. They're way too exhausted to. For all intents and purposes, they're at 0 hit points.
Yeah.
For the 4 panes of glass in like these like square, massive square shape, but there still is like room to go between them. The grate that's open. 4 turrets firing at you guys from each corner of the room. 3 doors, 1 leading to the north, east, and south.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and get the glass that she's standing next to,
Mm-hmm.
rip it, like break half of it off or rip it out the floor completely, and push her into the hole, and then like.
So
Right.
you're just pushing the glass back and just moving her
like,
along with
slamming
it.
her into it, yeah.
All right. And that is using move object.
Mhm.
All right. So that would be a use the force check, please. The glass pane counts as a large object.
That's a DC 20.
20. Yeah.
Use the force. 23.
Mm-hmm. The glass moves back at a speed of, I think it was 20 feet. 20 feet in the direction of your choice. Yeah, so she's standing within 20 feet of the grate. So
5 feet, yeah.
even though the glass pane doesn't move that fast, it's still fast enough because she's too close. She's gonna have to try to avoid it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like a push attack, but we'll replace your athletics roll with the use the force check you just got. So I have to roll acrobatics and roll
Was
higher than
stealth,
23.
like any like was she getting like disadvantage because I wasn't really like there. She could see,
It's she might not know who's moving it.
but she
But-
could sense it.
Well, I mean, she sees the whole thing moving towards her. So she is going to try to get out of the way. But I mean, I have to beat a 23. Which I don't.
So yeah, Yoshida just comes into the doorway, and he just like gets his hand and he just like, ugh. And you know, I think after like moving that ship, is it just like lightweight training?
Oh yeah, this is like run of the mill. Fiona,
Yeah.
you get to the computer. There's
Yeah.
still the like you turn it on. The monitor shows the pit with the gun dart.
Yep.
And then you see this woman fall with like a bright whip in her hands. and she falls down in this pit. And as she tries to get back up, the Gundart just jumps her. And you see the whip go back and forth. We'll try something. So the Gundart might not be able to kill her.
So what I was doing as well, I had moved the glass over the top because I still have movement over it, right? So I would have like moved it. onto
Yeah,
the
you
top.
want to like put it down
Yeah.
so that it serves as a sort of like door or
Yeah.
something. All right.
And then move the rest of my movement. I move into the room.
Okay. So I'm gonna need one of you to play sort of Sister Kariana, and one of you to play the Gundart.
I want to be the scary lady.
I
Alright.
want to be the scary lady.
Okay, then I'll be the Gundark if you're the scary lady.
Yes.
So, Scary Lady, each turn, you're gonna roll 2d8 plus 4. Whereas Emily, as the Gundart, you're going to roll 2d4 plus 26.
Wait, what?
I
Because he
don't
has
think
little claw feet.
Little claw feet that just pierces.
So cute.
I don't think she survives.
You never
But she
know.
might. That's the thing. So just in case, because if she does survive, y'all are gonna have to deal with the consequences. But you're gonna have a few rounds. So everything takes place at the same time. I have the HP for Old Lady, which is 66, and the HP for the Gundark, which is 100.
Oh, that is a close fight.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how that goes.
Oh no,
You
Alex, I
wanna
said
say-
2d8 plus 4?
Yes.
Sorry, I meant 4d8 plus 8. Because she's got 2 attacks. So Alex rolled 4d8 plus 8. Emily
Roll.
rolls 2d4 plus 26. It seems like the fight might be. Alright, so
Take
that's
that, big monster.
34 on the monster. 31 on Lady. Second turn. 27 and 31.
Oh, you almost got her.
That's 61 versus 62. The last attack, like I mean, she's yeah. So 50, 80, 84. The Gundark still took 84 points of damage. It is bleeding out, dying, probably still like trying to fight off getting choked by this whip. But it easily just stepped on Sister Katiana and just like stabbed her repeatedly with its feet as she was trying to defend herself. Fiona, you've
freaking
witnessed the
gruesome.
whole
I mean, who's weak
glory
now?
fight.
I mean, I would have turned the camera off, I guess, because it's my turn. So can
Yeah.
I do?
You can do your thing.
If I see her fall and I see it start to happen, I'm gonna be like, I don't want to watch that.
All right.
You're gonna nope out of that real quick.
Yeah, nope, real hard out of that, and I'm going to be queen of the computers. That's I didn't add the +1, so that's a 19.
All right. A 19. 19 is enough, I think. I just need to get to my use computer. All right. So the computer was unfriendly. It is now indifferent,
Excellent.
which means you still need one more turn to
To
try
get
to
it.
do something. Yeah.
Do what I
Technically, it would take like 10 minutes, but we're in like combat thing, so you're
Yeah.
like typing super fast. I want to know though, the people upstairs, what do you do? The turrets are still shooting at you.
Neither
Inside
went
the
around
room.
the door to the north.
Yeah, just continue on.
All right,
She
you all
just
run.
She probably like scream behind her, make sure that they're okay.
I don't.
That was specifically for Dak.
Oh,
Because Dak cares.
When
I
you
care.
open the door to the north, you are welcomed by this mesh of lasers.
Eh.
not that way, please.
Now we have to wait.
I say, Fiona, the north door where Fyra went, mess of lasers. Can you do anything about it?
Can you like? We don't have like a. I'm downstairs. I mean, unless you like shout down the stairs.
Well, you guys
I
had
have-
a communicator. That's
Yeah, we got communicators.
Oh yeah.
that's how you reached them earlier. Zeta, you take 3 points of damage, by the way.
Okay. Lasers first, please. Ow.
Okay.
I thought they were only shooting in the other area of the room. They're shooting in the middle room as well.
It's probably the whole defense system. So
Yeah.
Shit.
And they do shoot in the room, but they seem to purposefully avoid the initiates.
God damn it. Quick, use them as shields. Prop
You
them
didn't
up.
have to run in with me.
Human shield, really? I love the way you think.
So, Dak takes 1 point. Yours takes
Hell
4
yeah.
points. I figure you guys still all three of you try to like use the cover as much as possible to not get the full
wait, if
blast.
I can communicate with them verbally, can I inspire somebody?
I don't think you have the ability yet, but it does at some point become like just voice only. The person can be on another planet. It doesn't matter. Distant leader, 9th level.
Inspiring leader.
Yeah, no, but distant. No, what I meant is as a class feature.
Oh.
At 9th level, you're gonna be able to inspire people as long as they can
but
hear
it
you.
says my inspiration says, within 60 feet of you who can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but they are within 60 feet of you.
Yeah. So I can inspire them.
Yeah.
All right.
You just hear screaming at us from downstairs.
Well, no, I have a communicator. So I've inspired. So, Zeta, you haven't used your inspiration yet.
No.
I'll inspire Dak.
All right, and yours, what's that? Use the force check for.
See if I can sense what the thing is.
Oh, yes, you can. It is above you, about 80 feet above you, but not dead above. It's to your. So let's say you're facing the room where Kitiano was in, right? So you're in that like threshold, like where the door is.
Do I get
Um,
like force guidance to like tell me which way to go, kind of thing?
No, but you feel it in front of you by about 100 feet. To your left, a bit, like let's say like 20-ish feet, and then up 80. So it's like diagonal somewhere. So you're probably like on one of the edges of the pyramid, and you'd have to still keep going towards the middle.
Okay. Can I?
Hmm?
I was gonna say, can I? Is it? Does it just give me direction? It's not like push in like a direction, like a guidance or anything like that.
No, it's just like every time you center yourself and you detect magic, sort of, you sort of like know where. Okay, that's where it is.
Okay. I'm gonna look through where the other doors go on the left. See if there's like a hallway there. So I'm not standing in the room full of lasers.
So the here, this is where the mesh of laser was.
Yeah.
So which other door are you looking for?
Which one did we come out of?
The one that has the arrow, like the. See, here,
Oh,
I
okay.
wanna-
Yeah, so I go to the right door then. Just so
Okay.
I'm not in that room getting hit every 2 seconds.
So, as an action, you use the force. As a move, you rushed into the other door. As soon as it opens, mesh of laser.
Yeah, I think we
Remember-
need to wait for somebody to deactivate the defense
The
matrix.
defense matrix.
Yeah.
So, Fiona,
Yeah. Guess I should,
hack as fast as you can. Every turn, these
Yeah.
guys are gonna take a D4.
Okay.
So you need at least one more turn to turn the computer friendly.
I do it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yay!
All right.
That's a 26, by the way.
Is that enough to beat it by? Oh, it's only if you fail it by 5 or more, so you're good. So next turn, you should be able to issue a command and tell it to like stop attacking.
Okay.
Oh no, you could have done it this turn. I'm sorry, I forgot. However, if the computer is indifferent, you must make a DC 10 use computer check to issue a command.
Oh, nice.
So you were able to do it.
All right.
You're like, hey, computer.
So nobody on top.
I seduced the computer into no.
So you frantically type in, go through like all the defense matrix programs, and you're like, okay, turn off. You accidentally turn off the like fire alarm, but like whatever. We're just turning everything off.
Yeah.
From your point of view, Zeta, Yorsh, and Dak, the turrets stop firing, the mesh of lasers turn off. It leaves all 3 doors open.
I will look at Zeta and say, go after her.
And Zeta's just like, my conscience is telling me I have to help these people first.
I will use my movement to get up the stairs.
Oh yeah, we're not in combat anymore. You
Not
came
okay.
up.
I'll run up and I'll say, I'll help them. You go.
So, and then she just like looks at yours and she's like, I need your help.
Let's go.
Thank
I will
you.
tend to the wounded as well.
All right. The 2 of you enter a short corridor, at the end of which is a door. But right before this door, the corridor turns 90 degrees, and you have like a T intersection with 2 other doors.
And then she just kind of like looks at yours and she's like, you can find her, right?
I can try.
I would appreciate it.
Depends if she's blocking me. And I will use the force to see if I can sense her.
Closer from where you are. Yeah. Sorry. You sense 2 things. There is a lingering force presence in the room right at the end of the corridor. Before it turns, or after it turned into a T intersection. And the other presence, which is dark and full of anger, betrayal, or I should say feelings of betrayal, and confusion probably, comes from the second door, so the one that would be to your right in the T intersection.
And I feel the what from the first one?
Oh. A lingering force presence. So, there must have been something incredibly powerful, strong in the force, that stayed beyond this door for a long time, so that its aura, if you will, permeates the room. Could be an object that stayed there for a while, could be a person, could be a force ghost. Could be haunted by Obi-Wan Kenobi for all we know.
No. I say to her, she's over here. There's something else as well, but it's not important for now.
Okay. And then she like
She's
Zeta.
angry.
I figure. Thank you. And she just like kind of like puts her hand on the door, and she's like, Ira, baby sister, please open the door.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I use my inspiration?
Of course. What's your inspiration dice? Fiona?
It's a D.
8, I think.
8.
Same as a bard, so I don't know what level you
Bard.
get.
Yeah, D8.
Okay, so roll a persuasion and then roll a d8.
Do you want to spend a force point before I tell you if you succeed or not?
Yes. This is important to her, so. How much is my force?
It's a
point?
d6.
Okay. I always forget the numbers. I'm so bad at the numbers.
What are the numbers? 15.
And you needed a 15.
I did it!
The door opens. Fyra is kneeling on her bed in like the same position that like all the other initiates were in as they were getting ready to be thrown into the pit. She's breathing rapidly, but not making a sound doing so. You notice that both her hands are curled into fists on like at her sides, and in front of her on the bed is this like sphere of polished steel, and she seems to be staring intently at it. You have a bad feeling.
Is that the thing I sensed?
Nah, it's
No, it's
my
her spider sense.
No, I mean, is that the metal things? That the
Oh,
thing
no, no,
opens?
no. The metal thing is like in her room. What you sense is in the other room.
Okay.
She just like very slowly enters the room. Very, very slowly.
The door closes behind you.
I figured.
I'm like standing in the doorway, unless I get like hit by the door.
Yeah, the door is gonna hit you on the side of the face.
Oh,
Okay. I walked
you
in.
take 1 point of damage.
You walk
I
in
thought I could,
or out?
I thought I could like stop it, but I walk in.
Well, it's kind of like an elevator door, but you know those like elevator doors where the sensor is wrong, and instead of reopening, it just tries to close harder.
Yeah, the murder later.
Yeah. So do you go in or out?
I go in.
In. Okay. So you both stand in this tiny, tiny bedroom. She hasn't said a word.
She, it's like Zeta's very slowly approaching her because like she sees the sphere, so she's like just in case she doesn't want to like anger her. That's like her main goal right now. And she's trying not to cry. And she's just like, Fyra, I know that it looked like you'd gone through, or it sounded like you just went through a lot, but I've been looking for you for so long, and I finally found you, and I'm
so
so
you can
happy.
abandon me again.
I wasn't trying to abandon you. I couldn't do anything about that, and you know it.
There's
That wasn't
always a
my choice. That was mom and dad.
You could have stepped in. They would have listened to you.
They wouldn't have listened to me. They never listened to me. The only person they would have listened to was Faller, and you know how stupid he can be.
He didn't come to my defense either. So what are you here for? And you see the sphere starts vibrating slowly.
I want us to be a family.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
What happened to you? Like, we don't... After they sent you off to the shuttle to go and live with our aunt and uncle, we haven't heard anything from you in 20 years. And almost 20 years. Like, communication with the shuttle was gone. We never heard anything
You
from
wouldn't.
the family.
There was nobody.
What do you mean there was nobody? That's where they sent you. They sent you to go and live with them.
Well, if they had sent me to live with them, I probably would have been dead like them. And not stuck in this hell here.
That was Fenn's fault.
Sure, because
No.
it's so much easier to send a bounty hunter after me to look after my well-being instead of my own sister.
I didn't know where you were. I asked her to look into information on where you were. I didn't tell her to send you here. I told her to tell me where you were, and she didn't do it until recently.
You're the one who told her to send me here. She told me
No,
so.
I wasn't. Why would I have left home at 12 years old, spent time at goddamn Nar Shaddaa trying to get contacts to find you? And I stole a freaking hut ship to find you. Do you know how hard I've been looking for you? And how hard it has been for me to even find a trace of you to make sure that nobody hurts you?
Well, you're too late for that. And she moves her hood. You see her from up close for the first time in nigh on 20 years. And she has like this scar across her face from probably a lash.
Yoshida just turns to face her with his scar.
I'd like to also remind you guys that I also have a scar that goes
my
up
God.
my face. Scar buddies.
Yeah, but I mean hers is fresh. So she wins.
That's what she just did. If it makes you feel any better, she's probably dead.
Yeah, she's dead. I killed her. Yoshida says, leaning up against the wall.
Just like rolls her eyes. This
Who's
is
that?
yours.
Your husband?
Oh God.
Somehow, like, something tingled me, like, I'm the husband.
He's a friend.
Whatever. He
Maybe
stinks
it's
of Jedi filth anyway.
Oh, yeah.
How would
She's
you
like,
know?
Don't you dare.
The
And she
sphere
points at
goes
both of
up
you.
to like her face. And she's like, I could kill you with a thought.
No, you couldn't.
Don't
Everything-
shush. And she just points her fingers at both of them and goes, shush.
Yorsh. Can I hit you? No, do I hit you on a crit?
Oh no.
Isn't that like a
Fire,
force?
no.
Isn't there like a force thing that I can do to like, because it's an object coming towards me, right?
It's an attack roll that this is basically a weapon. She's not using move object, she's wielding a weapon.
Yeah, but she's wielding it with the force.
Yep.
So it's the force.
I'd say, okay, so make a use the force check. If you roll higher than a 24, we'll turn things around.
Because I know that Darth Goros was like able to like rebuke stuff as well when like
Yeah, but
force-
he has the rebuke power.
Trying to think, because I know I have like, because I know I have like guardian stuff. That's what I'm trying to like find.
I got them here. We're looking for... Yeah, because deflect is a bonus action, which you didn't have time to use. Otherwise, as a guardian, you have... Oh, catch projectile. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So make a
And
use the
it's-
force check, and if you beat my 24, you catch the sphere.
Okay. I knew I had something.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
27.
Oh.
I just like, I wait for it to get close to my face, and I just like hold it like 5 inches away with my hand, not touching it, just like,
Yeah, holding it up there.
yeah.
And you can feel the ball trying to get closer, and it like shakes like a hummingbird. And she's straining. You can see Zeta, like her knuckles are turning white, and she's gritting her teeth. And she's like,
Zeta just looks at her and goes, stop it.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. No more inspiration. Oh, yeah, I didn't just do it.
She's
Actually, hang on. Am
Oh.
I proficient in that? No, dang it, never mind.
Damn it, a rogue is not proficient.
So she's
I'm actually a wizard.
gritting her teeth and going like, and she's starting to almost scream, and she actually does scream, and it washes over whatever you were about to say, drowns out your voice as she just screams so loud that you can feel, unfortunately, your tentacles or something. I don't know if they could bleed, but like if they were ears, they'd be bleeding.
My leku.
Your leku, yeah, it hurts. And she's screaming and screaming, and not just the sphere, but everything else in the room starts levitating. And then everything falls back down. The sphere falls with a loud thud and rolls to one side in the room. And she just falls down on the bed, exhausted and trembling.
Yoshi just says, everything you know about the Force has been told to you by one source. It was good.
So is that it? You came here to pick me up and just hand me down to this whatever it is, Force user. So what, I'm just going to be like everybody's plaything until what? You turn me into a weapon to do what? Is that what you want?
Just looks at her and just really confused, and she's like, "I've literally come here to pick you up, and then you can do whatever you want."
And you see she, for an instant, just like turns expressionless. As if hope had been completely erased from her range of emotions. And she doesn't know how to process it. And she just starts sobbing.
Yeah, Zeta just like kneels down next to her and hugs her. She's like, "You're an adult now. You're not the 4-year-old that I knew. You can do whatever you want. I just wanted to make sure that I knew where you were and you were safe."
She, in between sobs, she says, "I don't want to be here. This is a nightmare. I don't want to be here. They made me do things. I'm not a baby, but I'm not a person."
Well, let's figure out who you are together then.
And she just holds you, not let go. You suddenly feel like a third wheel.
Yeah, I lift up the ball, and I just like catch it, like my force, and I just walk out of the room with it.
Alright. Do you go into the other room?
Yes, I do.
Alright. Meanwhile, just before we do that, we're about to wrap up, but Fianna and Dak, what do you do with the 6 gravely injured initiates?
You're muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
I would say we just heal them. I mean,
Yeah,
heal them,
if there's
I mean, you still have my med kit, so do
Yeah.
whatever you want. I still have your knife though.
yeah. Yeah, if there's my kit, or if they have some kind of healing, if I can look around for some kind of like healing.
In this empty room, there's none.
Well, yeah, but like in the rooms around.
Oh,
or I'd ask one of them like, do you know where they keep anything to heal the victors?
Is there an infirmary here?
You just hear a barely audible whisper from the... So when you saw... Well, you weren't there at the tournament or whatever. Dak, you were... They all look like adult. From up close, they look like malnourished, like maybe teenagers. The oldest is probably in their early 20s. And one of them just barely manages to whisper, "Medicines for the weak. The weak deserves to die."
Well,
I say if you were weak, you would already be dead. The fact that you're still alive after the beating you endured means you're part of the strongest.
There's the person starts the answer, but like the sheer effort to answer to reply to what you said is enough to send them unconscious. Like they just fall face first,
Fiona will try and catch.
so that they don't
Yeah.
break their face.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Teeth first.
they're all in the same
Okay.
same
well.
boat basically. It's you could easily, if you wanted. I don't know how good-hearted you are, but yeah, in a way, if you wanted to eliminate them, it would be very, very easy. To heal them would be a much greater challenge. Because they need medical attention. Not just because they're wounded physically, but also because they're probably sick, malnourished, dehydrated.
Name it, they got it.
This was torture.
Yeah. Well, okay. So can I use the med kit to stabilize them?
It
Um,
only has 4 charges left.
so that would be 4 people that you could try on.
Okay.
I got some.
You also have a med kit?
I
We
am.
picked up a bunch. We picked
Yes.
up like 3.
Yes. I still have 2. I actually have med packs.
Yeah, in
Okay.
their case, med packs won't work because they're injured. So you have to take
Okay.
care of their injuries first, which only a med kit can do. It takes 10 minutes per person.
Okay. Well, I'll do if we only have 4.
Oh
of
no, it's
them.
an hour per person.
I can try Battlefield Remedy,
Oh, was that?
but it's only on one creature. Wait, it says a creature may only benefit from Battlefield Remedy once per short rest. It doesn't tell me how many times can I use it.
Oh, it's infinite.
You get a Battlefield Remedy. You get one. You get one.
So, okay, so Battlefield Remedy, what it does is without using a charge from your med kit, you can like create makeshift bandages and stuff like that. That could also work. But Dak, you're the only one that can roll for that. And what I was
Right.
about to tell both of you is if you want to patch them, to try to make sure that they survive, you'd have to roll medicine. If you fail, the patient is beyond your means, and there's nothing to be done. So Dak, if you want to try Battlefield Remedy, it's 1 action each, so it wouldn't take an hour. It would take like at most, let's say, just 5-minute narrative time,
Mhm.
and you'd go through everyone. But for each medicine check that you fail, that's 1 person that you cannot save.
They will die.
Yeah, their injuries are too severe. You're not a surgeon. You're not a medic. You have knowledge of it.
Yeah, good point.
Do do we have a better shot with me using the med kit?
If
to
you
try-
guys are willing to stay here for 6 hours, yes.
They cannot be moved right now.
Not really. You could try. Maybe some would, perhaps. Like I'd roll a Constitution saving throw, and if I fail it, the person just passes away, in transit.
Also, we can't stay here for 6 hours because we know that the next
Yeah.
stip is coming. Like
the
soon,
next ship
probably,
is coming
probably today.
within a few days. Yeah.
Okay, I can definitely try to Battlefield Remedy.
So
Six of them?
I will use my last inspiration dice
Mhm.
to inspire you, and I will give you the help action every time.
That is awesome.
Advantage and 1 inspiration dice.
I already have my one. No, that's not. You're right. You gave it to Zeta, not to me.
I gave 1 to no. You have 1.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you don't have
Okay.
to use it yet. You can still keep
Yeah.
that like spare inspiration.
Yeah.
Mind you, the help. Where is it? So help, yeah, is advantage, and the extra D4. I think you already have it, right? Yeah, instruction. So you basically tell Dak how to do it properly.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so I will roll.
D20 with medicine with advantage. Whatever result you have, you roll an
Add it.
additional D4. But like roll the roll first because if you succeed, there's no need to roll a D4. It's a DC
Okay.
15 for each.
Mm,
Person
yes.
number 1.
There you go.
So you have advantage. You can roll again and take the
Yeah,
highest.
roll again.
All right.
No, it's okay. All right, with the D4, you succeed because it's a
Or you
15.
succeed,
So
yeah.
there's one person.
Advantage. There you
Roll
go.
it.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, roll for the second person. 2 of them.
Yeah, I would have killed that person.
Third. Fiona, it's a good thing you're here. Fourth. And another one. With the +1, that works 5. The last one, the one that passed out from exhaustion, replying to you.
Plus a D4.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll that D4 and I have to succeed.
Yeah, and you have
Majorly.
inspiration as
yeah, you
well.
can roll the inspiration.
Plus, you have a force point.
That's a 13.
Plus a D8 inspiration.
Come on, live.
No, it's a D8. That's the wrong dice.
The D8.
Yeah, unless you wanted to spend a force point too.
Yay!
You live, bitch.
They'll make it. They'll all
So
make it.
I think fictionally, like this last one isn't like
Worse condition because you guys exhausted that person by
Yeah.
having them talk.
we don't think that it's gonna work, and Fiona's just like no.
Ah, I get scared.
You will live, damn it.
I fix better, I promise.
she gets like really, really emotional and is just like, no, it's not, we can't lose them this way. And she like just goes and like kind of takes over.
Pushes him out of the way. I'll do it.
Yes, ma'am.
Because she's more trained in medicine, and we managed to save them all.
Yes.
All right.
And then I'm gonna go back to my tent, drink a martini, and then
No, I mean
And
Fiona's
we
in full
can
match
go to
mode.
the bar that's downstairs and steal their booze before we go.
so what do we do with them? Do we?
So they're gonna have to be carried.
Okay, so we're bringing them with us.
Well, we don't technically have to.
We don't have to bring them with us, but
I just want to say
take
that,
them to the apartments.
right, at least bring them out of this complex, because I'm sorry to say, but 6 of them on our ship would be a very big security liability. I'm not bringing them on board.
potentially brainwashed, angry Sith apprentices on your ship.
Yeah, no way, Jose.
But still, right now they're all unconscious, but they're stable.
I don't understand why you would save him then.
Speaking of
Good
Sith
people.
apprentice,
Yes?
Yorshikata opens the
Oh.
door to the other room, which seems like it hasn't been lived in a while, but everything has remained exactly as it was. There's sort of like trophy on a desk. There's a bed. There's a foot locker, a small light, and a meditation mat. This is what exuded force from there. And as you come in, you remember you were taught the like force painting thing from the old man, the Miraluka.
Joff.
Thank you. It's been so long that I forgot his name. It's somewhere in my notes, but
Joff Embrel.
Joff Embrel. Thank you. From Joff Embrel. And you sort of see you see like a not a painting, but like, you know, like the inspiration that a painter could get, or any artist really. And it's like, okay, I see exactly how it's supposed to look like and what goes where and everything. And you notice just like a flashback of this room and who was in it. And you feel as if you're looking at it from the outside. You hear a ghostly voice say, "He is ready for you. Be proud. You will serve the greatest among all of us." And as the person moves away, what you see is a tall, impressive Zabrak warrior putting on this skull-like helmet on their armored body. The exact same armor of Darth Gor's.
Can I do anything?
Yeah, that like happens in a flash.
Yeah. Do I see what like energy is around or anything like that? Is there anything like around?
There's a lot of rage in the room, a lot of ambition.
Anything personal that I can see?
Personal? There's the like sort of trophy that's there on the
What kind of
desk.
trophy is it?
It's a, now that you get closer to it, it is a small statuette of a Zabrak, probably warrior, but wielding a double-bladed lightsaber.
And that's weird, right? I wouldn't like seeing this like a Sith like this, like being given a trophy. It seems weird, right?
No, it probably isn't a trophy per se. It might just be something, a Darth Maul action figure. It probably is like some sort of like idol focus, or you know, they're all like, well, you've heard about the dark side and the passions and everything. Maybe this person was passionate about that.
Okay. I'll pocket it. I don't see anything else in the room. And I'll walk out. I'll just bang on the door where Zeta is and just be like, "We gotta move. Shouldn't be here too long. There were other matrons." I'm not like,
There's a bad feeling for Dak, Zeta, and Yorsh. There's a bad feeling for Fianna, but it's more like because you can feel the vibration in the ground going up to your guts. Yorsh and Dak, you feel a force presence nearing.
Oh,
Zeta,
God,
it's a
not
bad
again.
feeling. Fianna, the vibration in the ground. Something just broke atmosphere. And that's where we're gonna end for tonight.
So, can we use them as meat shield?
Yep.
Cool.
Yes, we can.
Look at y'all evil people.
Hey, hey. I'm practical.
I came to save you, but these 6 other innocents are gonna give their lives for you.
I only came here for one person and one person only.
I know.
How'd that work out?
So, finale next week, guys.
How long? What is this like? Are we just going to season 2 in 2 weeks? Is this just we take a break?
Well, you see, when I said that we were going to go weekly, and that sometimes we'd have to like
Take a break?
cancel because of something. If I remember right, in 2 weeks I'm not available.
Okay.
Which actually like is almost a blessing in a way, because that gives us like a break between seasons. Let me just check It's September 11th. I'm not available. So September 4th, we're gonna have the last episode of season 1, closing this early story arc, which I called, in my notes anyway, the like proto rebellion phase of the game. And then like there I can't say anything. I can't. Guys, I would love to talk about everything, but I cannot.
Keep it secret. Keep it secret.
I have so many secrets.
So
And
we're
so many
finishing the
surprises.
first movie.
Finishing
Yeah,
the first
basically.
movie next week.
The Zeta Chronicles.
Yes.
There were a lot of things that happened. And then moving on to the second season.
The second season, all Dak's backstory, because that's the only backstory we haven't dealt with yet.
I can say that the next season is going to, touch about the Dak backstory. But also lots of surprises. Lots of surprises.
There's gonna be some Hut Cartel in there. I know it.
Keep it secret. I want to be surprised. No spoilers. No spoilers.
No, I know. It's hard. I've slowly begun, like, seeding my stuff. But
Afraid he's scheming.
I am
Percy.
always scheming. The hell you're talking about. But there will be a time skip, an undisclosed time skip between season 1 and 2.
Nice.
Which I'll talk to you guys about that, like, after the game tonight. Anyway, let's just do outros. Because I really need to go to the bathroom. So, we'll start with Dak. Who are you? Where can I find you? Where can we find you? What do you do in life? Everything.
I am Dak, and I saved everybody, as usual. Alright, I saved them.
Yeah, no, you
some
saved
help.
6 NPCs, and honestly, I think, and I don't know if chat would agree, I don't know if there's anybody left in chat,
Yeah, there's one person.
but I think everything that happened tonight is probably worth a level.
Hooray!
Sweet. I was gonna say, can you get like a light side point for that?
We could, well,
I
we
don't
don't
know
know.
if that counts if he gets those.
It's actually, it would actually be like removing a dark side point, but the thing is we still
I don't
don't
have a
know.
dark
Their
side.
situation is still precarious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like immediate action, instant gratification, that's not how the light side works. If
Isn't
you
it,
do
though?
manage, that's the dark side. If you do manage to make sure to ensure that they're going to live, like technically Danny would have been one. And I have to admit I completely forgot until like you just suggested the light side thing. Because Danny's out of whatever trouble he was in
He
before.
saved Danny's life.
So would that count for all of us, or only for?
I'd say
the
each
people
one
that-
of you. No, each one of you, if you had a dark side point,
I wanted
except
to kill him, so
except if you had gotten it from a special archetype, because I made archetypes that like you gain a dark side point going into this archetype, and that dark side point cannot be removed because it's like a darker path. You're like going the
Yeah.
and your life, like you have to have a certain mindset to have that archetype. But yes, if yours wanted to be one step less dark, you could.
no, because I specifically said when we had him, I was like, no, I want to kill him. Like I don't trust that kid, so I wasn't on board with the whole saving him thing.
All right
so.
then, that's perfectly understandable.
Why do you just want to become evil?
I know. I'm being honest. Like I didn't
I
trust him.
know,
I
I
wanted to.
know.
I was waiting for the moment where I could just kill him.
I know.
Hmm.
But now he's become our lovable sidekick.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you guys were talking about Mopey Boy and Mopey Girl earlier. You guys are gonna have both of them on your ship for a while.
Well, that's fine.
God.
Oh,
no,
you
Moby
think?
Boy is Yorshka.
I
You
know.
think having yours like wake up Fyra in the middle of the night with a stick, going like, "Fight me, fight me."
No, you know what it's gonna be? It's just gonna be me and Fyra just like in our own bunks, like night screaming.
I swear to God.
Night terrors or a night screaming something else. Hey, Fiona.
Hey.
Hey!
Like, she tried to kill me. I'm gonna do everything in my power to make her like me now.
Lauren, where can we find you? What are you
Let's do
doing?
outro.
Hi.
'Cause I want to go bed.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I am at jail_nice_girl on Twitter. I do RPGs on the internet on Mondays. I am on Off the Table playing D&D 5e Tales from Thersha. On Tuesdays, I'm here. Hooray! On Wednesday, I am on Josh's channel, twitch.tv/ProRestarter, playing Masks, where Josh abuses me emotionally.
Yeah.
uh,
See it live.
it's that's yeah. And then I think that's my Friday is up in the air, but I might be playing Alas for the Awful Sea on Off the Table, or it'll be Monster Hearts. But I also do a podcast. It's Too Many RPGs. It is a podcast about where we talk to people about the RPG actual play shows that they love. And this week we talked to our friend Mariah about Thrilling Intent, which is very cool because it's an actual play that's been that existed before actual plays were cool. It's been going on since 2013, and it's very different from all the other things we talked about, and it's a very good episode. So
Yeah.
that's me.
Emily, how are you feeling?
I mean, Zeta is very happy. I'm thinking I might have woken up my roommate because I was very passionate about that, and I hope I didn't do that.
Oh, you give me so many feels.
Being in theater in high school actually helped. But yeah, I'm Emily. I play the lovely Zeta, and I'm at _HatterHair on Twitter. I will be making the emotes for this channel for Twitch soon, once I get my PayPal fixed. You can find me here Tuesdays, Fridays, and or Saturdays for 2 different campaigns, which I'm going to probably start looking around for another campaign now since I don't have to worry about school. So I'll be searching around the Off the Table for one extra campaign.
Cool.
That's all I got.
All right. Resident sad boy.
Yeah. I probably start. As always, I am the person who tends to kill people. So anyone who killed someone this game, but you know that seems to be standard, right? I always kill people in almost every game we've played from the beginning.
No, but I really love the scene of like just having this like glass window just push her slowly into the hole.
Was she
Yeah.
not a Force user?
Huh?
Was she not a Force user?
She doesn't have any powers to hold that at bay. Unfortunately, believe me, I checked on her sheet.
Okay, sorry.
You
Plus, I
guys,
did roll super high as well.
you
so,
one-shotted a level 7 Jedi.
Whoops.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
I'm glad that I remembered that thing was open.
Jedi
I
Master Yorshka.
yeah, I held a plane. That's all I want. That's all I care about. I did the plane thing. My
I'm
highlight.
glad I didn't explode the glass then, otherwise you would be screwed.
Yeah. Well, I just like bring up the shards and like shut them into a body. But anyway, I am Pro Restarter. You catch me on Twitch, Twitter, all that good stuff. I do lots of stuff throughout the week. With lots of different content creators. Like there's so many now. Like I'm losing track of like when and times and all that good stuff. More stuff in September. Check to see when I'm streaming, who I'm streaming with, and if I have to recancel or something like that. All on my Twitter. Thank you for having me. It's been super awesome.
Super awesome to have you.
Love playing with everyone.
I just saw that there's like a bunch off the table. Thank you for the host. But again,
No!
we're finishing.
We just finished, but thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Thanks a lot for that. I'm Simon at Wandering DM, resident DM of this channel. You can find me DMing Star Wars Points of Light, this dark game. The last episode of the first season coming up next week. And then surprise, surprise, surprise. The RSY Hender campaign is has ended with a TPK last week. Awesome if you want to watch the VOD of
Really?
that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, one of the
Oh.
players birthed a portal to hell.
Nice. Was it Josh?
No.
No, Josh actually sacrificed himself trying to hold the portal in.
Plus,
Giving
I
time.
wasn't there, so that wasn't
Yeah,
anything.
Josh couldn't be there. But he gave time, his character gave time to two other characters, Eric's and Kath's character, to flee. Unfortunately, they did not flee fast enough.
Yeah.
And they were the first casualties of the end of the world.
Nice.
Yeah. So, there was that. And then on Fridays and Saturdays, you can catch a D&D campaign here, a 5th edition campaign called Age of Arcana, Wildlands, in my home setting. Mind you, starting in late September. The schedule's going to switch around. There is a new show coming up to this channel called The Witcher something something something. I haven't thought of like a subtitle for it yet. But yes, there's a Witcher TTRPG game. I'll announce the cast and crew and everything soonish. I should actually have done it by now, but anyway. And then you can also see me on Scraticus's channel starting soon in a Lady Blackbird ongoing campaign on alternating Fridays. So that'll be awesome. I've already made like my whole character thing, and I have a costume ready and everything.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you wear a costume for this show?
I have one. I'm keeping it for later.
Okay.
Also, Darth Gorse's armor is like way too expensive.
Cosplay as our characters at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've done it before, so
It's
y'all need to get on my.
I can't.
I'm sorry,
that
but
would be racist if I did, and I'm not doing that.
Well, you can wear the
Yeah.
clothes.
yeah, you can wear the clothes.
Yeah,
Wear
So-
the clothes. You can draw the medical implants on your face.
I can try.
Gonna have to get some aviator glasses, jumpsuits.
Hair gel,
Yes.
chest
Some,
naked.
Some body wax.
I think that's gonna go against Twitch regulation.
My question is, how is Josh gonna find Leku?
Oh wait,
Yeah,
that's
that-
like easily findable on like Amazon.
Just like pantyhose and stuff them with like cotton batting and stick them on your head. That's
And this body paint myself.
just like it's some red
Red.
pantyhose.
But yeah, no, I mean,
Wow.
I had also a somewhat costume last Saturday for the Pixie game. I
Yeah,
changed
you-
my voice.
That was hot.
That was awful, and I never want to hear it again, but I have to.
You have to, because we're playing again on Bard Loving DM's channel probably in 2 or 3 weeks. If you keep up with my Twitter, we have all of our handles in our names, on our names down there. So, to everyone, I had a lot of fun. I'll see you again next week for episode 14 with a proper title and the end of our first story arc. Ciao, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.